Alright, so this is Jay with jrweldy.net, and I'll tell you the date later because I don't have a calendar in front of me. This is my Ubiquiti Access Point Pro sitting on my entertainment center in the living room. It's eventually going to go up here in this corner, but I'm feeling a little lazy today. I'm getting burned out, I'll tell you, with work. So, I decided to just set it up there with the PoE, and now we're in my home office, and we have the Synology DS918 Plus here, the bracket for that access point there, and the Unified Dream Machine Pro sitting here on pads with some very temporary cabling going down over to my Mac Pro, and just some quickie power management going on in that. It does have the 2 terabyte hard drive in, and that's been tested, so that works, and everything's showing up. So I did a lot of the setup off screen because I had allocated myself roughly 45 minutes. I told everybody in the house that the old Wi-Fi would be down for about 40 minutes and then I'd be up and running. And it was not as easy a process as setting up the Unified Dream Machine regular one here, which was a snap. And then I had all my external services on that pretty quick with UPnP. This one took a little bit more time. The interface seems a little different, even though it's very similar. There are some things that are different in the Pro version. I will expand on that after I set this camera on a tripod. Okay, so as I stated, I'm getting a little burned out with work, and then everything I've been doing here with the networking and changing up things. Thankfully, I still have the Arlo cameras up and running, that the Ubiquiti line of cameras, security cameras, will be replacing here over the course of probably a month, month and a half. Really, I want to buy one. I've got 4 cameras, 3 outside, 1 inside. I really want to buy one every other paycheck, basically. So it'll be a couple months probably. This was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get set up. So, of course, you've got to use the, well, I'm thinking you have to use the Unify app on your iPhone. And went ahead and got that. It found it right away. Rebooted my modem, gave it some time, and then booted this back up. It immediately found it on the app and started the setup process with getting it online with the modem, and it took 30 minutes basically to find a internet connection, and that's only after I rebooted that a second time. So once that happened, it got set up pretty quickly. As far as that's concerned. And then what happened was I had to reboot the Synology DS918 Plus to get that to even be seen by the Dream Machine Pro. And then the IPs, for some reason, got all funky. So that box runs on .27 and .33. All of a sudden, Plex that was running on 27 was running on 33 and not connecting to the smart TV and to the Wi-Fi. So I went around and I reconfigured Wi-Fi on everything and got Plex running on everything but my Samsung 49-inch TV out there, and kept filling with all sorts of configurations on the wiring because there's a 4-port switch out there, and eventually ended up having to turn Wi-Fi on the TV, which it was always a wired connection, to rectify it being able to see Plex for some reason. it's kind of weird, although all the other devices that connect to Plex in the house are Wi-Fi enabled also. So it just wasn't seeing it on the LAN like it should. Got that all straightened out, and then I did UPnP, enabled it on that. The Synology then set up the router. The router's not in Synology's list of compatible routers yet. So it did go through, and it actually did do all the UPnP fine. And then I had to change some things for Plex outside the LAN on wide area network. So all in all, last night, after a 9-hour day at work, it probably was legitimately 2 hours worth of moving things around, rebooting things. I set up the security app on the Pro, and of course, you know, it's not going to find anything. It has to have the security app on the UniFi Dream Machine. It's not going to find anything because you have to have the UniFi cameras for it to work with that. So, you know, I'll probably be buying some cameras here shortly. Again, the interface, as much as I loved it on the Dream Machine, it seems a little clunkier on the Pro with the access point. It just seems like they talk, they act right together, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. It just looks a little bit different, that's all. So, all in all, still very happy. I'm going to be getting a 24-port PoE auto-sensing switch. That'll go on top, and then I'll get all the cabling done properly. What I'm going to do is have a guy that I know up the street here that's done our outbuildings and things like that. I'm going to have he and his crew come in and run wiring to 4 points in the house and 1 point on the wall inside, and bring them all right down in here and have a patch board right back on this back wall. And this dresser is going to come out because that's going to be redone and go into a guest bedroom that we've got opening up now that people are moving out of our house. So I will buy probably a half-depth floor rack and put it there and on that wall there, and then this stuff will go onto that. So that's the start of the Smart Synology / Ubiquiti home networking system, and uneventful. You know, really, what are you going to look at? You're going to look at me sitting on my phone staring for 30 minutes at a box that's not connecting to the internet. But after that, it went smooth, and I'm actually, my overall network health score is running 97 to 99%, which I think that was around 94 and 95% all the time. And the access point out there is a banger. It really does a good job of reaching everything in the house with multiple connections on it all the time. So I'm happy. Let's see what else we've got going on. I'll probably be hiring him to bring in some pullers probably within a week or so, see what his schedule's like, and get that straight. Anyway, I'm Jay with jrweldy.net. Today is June 18th, 2020. I hope you all are being safe. And again, this is one of the last videos I will be doing for my YouTube channel, so I hope you enjoy it. Ubiquiti UniFi Dream Machine Pro setup with the UniFi Access Point Pro. Again, bought all this stuff individually from B&H Photo and Video in New York, and they are a great group of men and women to deal with. They have a seamless e-commerce checkout process that's incredible. Reviews afterwards, review follow-ups afterwards, and you can win $200, $500, $1,000 in some cases by leaving a review on the equipment. Never had to return anything from B&H, so I don't know what that process is, but I'm told that that's as seamless as the buying process. So I highly recommend B&H Photo and Video in New York. The tripod that the Sony A7 is sitting on came from there. The fluid head that's on my tripod over here came from there. The DS918 Plus came from there. The Unified Dream Machine came from there. The Access Point. A DJI Ronin S that's in my camera bag. Numerous other items. Wireless access points for the business I work for, the company I work for, along with paging speakers and paging amplifiers, headphones. I literally, within the past year, have bought everything that I need right out of B&H. So highly recommend that. They are not endorsing me. Again, nobody endorses me. Nobody sends me anything. And everything I do is out of my pocket. So I highly recommend B&H. I highly recommend Synology NAS stations and the DSM system that they run, the software in that. And the software in the Unify setup is really incredible. I've never seen that kind of metrics in a device that a homeowner can buy for their home network. You know, the metrics, deep packet inspection on stuff, threat management or intrusion detection system and intrusion protection system in that. I never saw that kind of information in a Netgear or a Linksys or anything else that I've ever purchased for the home. So really thrilled about that. Can't wait to get the PoE switch, 24-port PoE switch in. And this thing has something that's really, really cool, augmented reality networking. So you scan the QR code that comes up on the little screen here, and then it shows you exactly what's plugged into each port on your router or your switch. And it works. It works really, really well. If you go to their website and look at their demonstration of the augmented reality networking, it looks like that demonstration. It's really cool. Just a lot of little bells and whistles that doesn't cost a lot of extra money. You know, when you're thinking under $400 for that box, that's actually a VPN server and everything else that it does, that's cheap. And then to have the augmented reality and the metrics, the telemetry that you get out of these boxes, certainly a great entry-level setup for small businesses and home businesses. So anyway, I'm Jay with jrweldy.net. I'm rambling again now. Just want to give a little length to the content. Even though it was a little more difficult than the Dream Machine regular, the Pro's definitely worth it for around the same entry point. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe and hope your families are well.